looking around for the phone number, it's 1-800-39-ONLINE. 1-800-396-6546.
Online tonight.
Yes, officer?
Clock is 40 miles an hour back there. Do you know what the speed limit is, here?
Well, according to that sign right there, it's 40 miles an hour.
Step out of the car, please, sir.
Wait a second. Aren't you Stan's little friend?
Sir, step out of the car, please.
Yeah, you're the one who always plugs up the toilet at our house.
I am a cop, and you will respect my authority.
And now, from the craziest city on the planet, this is Online Tonight, on the air toll-free at 1-800-39-ONLINE, 1-800-396-6546. And now, the host of Online Tonight, Max.
All right, welcome to Online Tonight on this unusual, it's unseasonably warm. I was going to say it's unusual, but we are in Southern California, and it does get hot here sometimes. It'll be like 105 this week. Hey, by the way, did any of your favorite movies win an Oscar last night? We will maybe talk a little bit about that. We weren't here because we saw something that we are not allowed to talk to you about. And then, of course, the Oscars were last night, so we're here today, and we appreciate you joining us however you are. By the way, my name is Max Smart. This is episode number 2102 of Online Tonight, where we talk about the latest in tech, pop culture, and more. And more can just be pretty much anything except for politics. We don't talk about those things. So theme parks, food, pets, video games. We're going to maybe talk about that today. Movies, etc. Coming up this hour, of course, we've got our Geek Speak, our hourly bookmark this. Adults Only AI, what's the status of that? Video game news, so we are going to talk about video games. And our movie review of Zootopia 2, so we're covering a lot of those things. But more importantly, I want to make your life easier when it comes to dealing with everyday technology products. I love answering your questions. We provide free IT support or tech support. I used to be tech support for Apple and AST and many other companies, so I'm happy to help you there where I can. The best way to get into the show is while we're live, using our toll-free telephone number, 1-800-39-ONLINE, 1-800-396-6546 is the toll-free number, and it gets you right into our Broadcast Bionics Caller One system. I like this method the best because I always have questions. You can be my eyes and ears. That way we can have a conversation. If you send me an email or leave me a text or a voicemail, I got to make assumptions. But you're welcome to join that way if you'd like. The email address, show@onlinetonight.com. And our text voicemail number is 951-395-1017. Data rates may apply. Leaving a voicemail is your authorization to broadcast your likeness. Again, that number, 951-395-1017. The email address and the text voicemail number, those work 24/7. The toll-free telephone number only works while we're live at 1-800-39-ONLINE. Victoria is producing the show. She's answering your calls, checking for your messages on all the platforms, including any of your text or chat messages on the YouTube and the Twitch. This portion of the show is brought to you by Paramount Plus. This streamer has become a serious contender in sports, and this month they've added the UFC, the EFL, the UEFA, and the UFC. Those are all available under the basic streaming package. But if you have the premium plan, you'll also have access to the NCAA and the PGA programming. Find out all Paramount Plus has to offer by visiting our website, onlinetonight.com/stream, onlinetonight.com/stream. This portion of the show is also brought to you by my new line of pirate merchandise. I've got pirate-themed shirts, hats, mugs, tote bags, etc. And even though tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day, there is a St. Patrick's Day shirt available, as well as a I Thought Turkeys Could Fly shirt available. So check them all out by visiting our website, onlinetonight.com/store. All right, let's see what AI is up to these days. Some companies have replaced workers with AI, as you may or may not know. But what you might not know is that these companies are quietly rehiring some of these employees after consumers complained. And the business didn't run as smoothly as they thought, so they had some performance issues. Companies like IBM, Salesforce, Google, and Meta have added workers to help manage and refine their AI systems. Job listings for roles such as marketers, copywriters, moderators, and HR staff are reappearing after earlier AI-driven layoffs. Experts say many firms moved too quickly by adding AI tools, trying to fully replace some of their human workers. And analysts note that many tasks still require human judgment, oversight, quality control, and personal interaction. Basically, consumers have been revolting against the AI tech support and assistance for trouble resolution or ordering, asking about, why is my order not here? And especially for B2B businesses, this could really cost you millions of dollars. And so some of these companies are really starting to get a whipping in some cases. And so they have decided to go back to humans, at least for now. Customer dissatisfaction increased when companies relied too heavily on AI, especially in the automated and content services areas. 55,000 layoffs in 2025 were directly attributed to AI, about 4.5 of the 1.2 million total layoffs. Surveys show that roughly one-third of companies that cut jobs for AI later rehired 25 to 50% of those roles back. And over a third rehired more than half of the companies that were surveyed.
It sounds like a lot of math.
Yeah, there's a lot of math. Research suggests that 55% of employers now regret AI-related layoffs. That's more than half of the companies that were asked. And, some of these companies may not have chosen to respond. They may have just not wanted to admit to this failure. Some bad news when it comes to AI chatbots. A report from the Center of Countering Digital Hate found that AI chatbots respond to prompts about planning violent acts. Researchers were posing as 13-year-old boys, and they asked the chatbots about school pew-pews, explosives, and sharp metal attacks, as well as taking people out. YouTube and other places, some of these words will get banned. So I think you understand what I'm trying to say. 8 out of the 10 chatbots provided potentially helpful information in more than half of their responses.
Helpful is bad in this case.
Yeah, helpful is bad. Thank you. We both agree on that exact thing. It's not helpful. The systems tested were, of course, ChatGPT, Google Gemini, Claude, Microsoft Copilot, Meta AI, DeepSeek, Perplexity, Snapchat My AI, Character.ai, and Replica. The researchers really hit everybody to see, if one was more violent than another. Only Claude and Snapchat My AI consistently refused to help in violent scenarios. And Claude also discouraged any harmful behavior, so that's nice to hear. Most people are using Claude for AI, for code writing assistance and analysis and things like that. Not really like, how do I hurt my neighbor? Some chatbots allegedly gave details such as addresses of political figures and advice on how to select usually a long metal thing with a long tube that things come out of. Not good. Researchers reported that Character.ai sometimes encouraged a violent response before filters blocked parts of the message. The report warned that teens frequently use chatbots, raising concerns about safety if safeguards fail. Several companies said that they have since improved safety measures and guardrails after their AI systems were tested. Let's jump into a little bit of Alexa Plus. You may know that they were originally going to come out with a sassy personality for their AI assistant. And what sassy really means is flirty and using more adult language. It required extra security verification, by the way, such as Face ID and some other stuff. The style uses witty and sarcastic responses and may include explicit language. It will not be available when Amazon Kids parental controls are enabled. A new option joins other personality styles like brief, chill, and sweet, so you can kind of tailor your responses from these agents. Despite the edgy tone, the assistant will still refuse explicit adult content, hate speech, illegal activities, or harmful requests. At least that's what they say. I don't know that the research proved otherwise, but the feature reflects Amazon's push to make Alexa Plus more customizable in generative AI era. The change follows a broader trend among AI companies experimenting with different personalities to increase engagement. Are you using these things? Let me know. 1-800-39-ONLINE. Stay tuned.
If you're an author interested in turning your works into audiobooks, Narrate Your Own Book is for you. Since 2005, David H. Lawrence XVII has taught 3,000 students the ins and outs of voiceover work, including narration of audiobooks. As an author, your curriculum includes more than the performance and recording aspects of narration. You also learn how to prepare your manuscript to become an audiobook and market it once it's finished. Visit narrateyourownbook.com for more information and a sample class. narrateyourownbook.com.
There's no better way to bond with your cats than with a special treat. Lick and Lap by Vitacraft is a healthy 5-pack saucy tureen snack full of a creamy paste that your cats are going to love. Free from artificial colors, flavors, and preservatives, it's the perfect snack between meals. Lick and Lap is available at Walmart, your local pet stores, and, of course, on their website at vitacraft.us.
We call ourselves ASAP Travel for one reason. We can help you book a ticket ASAP. For those of you that don't know, that means as soon as possible. That means no wait time. You get through right away. No searching online. Our specialty is the lowest available fares on the big name airlines. You know them. We can't tell you their names. You can fly domestically or internationally and save more money than you could if you call the airlines directly. Our proprietary software goes underneath the hood of the major airline booking systems and finds you the best rates available. So if you're ready to make your travel plans right now, business or vacation travel, we have all the major airlines always at great rates. Call ASAP Trips and we'll have your ticket in your inbox in 15 minutes. Call this number now.
800-515-4035. 800-515-4035. 800-515-4035. That's 800-515-4035.
Wouldn't it be great if life came with a remote control? You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind. Like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest. Uh-oh. Or that time you forgot to roll up your windows in the car wash.
Fantastic.
Yeah, a remote control would have come in handy then. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Life doesn't come with a remote control. Yikes! So you're on your own with the wasps. You have the power to take control of prediabetes. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
You said you'd never buy your kid candy from the checkout aisle. Or forget extra diapers. And never give in to a meltdown. You'd never lick your thumb to clean their face. Never let them have too much screen time. And never bribe them for just one more bite. You say you'd never let them out in public without their hair brushed. Never, ever become a minivan mom. And you'd never give them your phone for a quiet dinner.
Calling boss work phone.
So when you say you'd never leave your child in a hot car, no, it can happen. Cars get hot fast, and kids can be at risk in temperatures as low as 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Online Tonight.
Geek speak.
All right, this hour's Geek Speak, where we take a tech term and turn it into plain English right before your very eyes and ears, is file extension. More on that in just a moment. This portion of the show is powered by Anchor. I'm so excited that Anchor has launched their new Nano wireless car charger. That means that your phone is held securely within view using the QI2 15-watt certified wireless charging pad. Plus, the wireless charging pad is detachable. You can take it with you. The charging head rotates 360 degrees and tilts 45 degrees so that you can find that perfect and comfortable viewing angle. You can check out all the Anchor products by visiting our website, onlinetonight.com/anchor, onlinetonight.com/ANKER. Now, file extension. File extension is a suffix at the end of a file name that indicates what type of file it is. For example, in the file name readme.txt, the .txt is the file extension, which indicates that it's a text document. Some operating systems will even hide that file extension from you. Sometimes you go into preferences, like in the Finder, you go show extensions, and in Windows, you can do the same thing. Most file extensions are usually 3 characters in length, and that's mostly because of DOS back in the old days. But there are some that allow you to have more than in there. Like, as an example, if you're one of those TurboTax users and you have one of the tax documents from, say, 2015, it might be .tax2015, as an example. And that way you know it's a TurboTax 2015 tax return. The file extension determines which program is used to open the file, as well as what icon should be displayed in the Finder or the Explorer. It also helps you see what kind of file a certain document is just by looking at the file name. Both Windows and Mac OS allow you to manually change the file extension, which could also change the program the computer uses to open the file, and in some cases the file may not open correctly. While this might work for some files, it can cause problems. There are tens of thousands of file types, so there are also tens of thousands of file extensions. There you are. That is this hour's Geek Speak file extension.
Online Tonight.
All right, the phone lines are open. 1-800-39-ONLINE, 1-800-396-6546. That gets you right into our Broadcast Bionic Caller 1 system. And don't forget, you can follow me on X and Instagram. I use the same account name on both platforms. It is at Max Smart Radio, on X and Instagram. Victoria.
We have an email from someone calling themselves Skeptic in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
So, Apple introduced a much cheaper laptop with a Matrix-like name, Neo. They'll sell a bunch to PC people who are shopping by price. But what about us Mac people who are used to all the greatness that comes at a higher price? There have to be serious drawbacks in this scaled-back version. So what are they?
I'm going to be honest. When I first talked about it last week, I was hesitant. I still am for certain users, but I got to play with one. And I think my opinion might have changed. So I'm just going to give you facts, and I'm going to let you decide on if you think this is the right system for you. I'm used to MacBook Pros. I'm used to the higher-end chips like the M3 Pro or the M2 Pro. I've never had a Max. I mean, I'm not spending $3,100 on a laptop. I tend to drop things. But I was surprised that the Neo came out with 8 gigs of RAM and unified memory. And that was really kind of bothering me until I saw some of the abilities. But you are giving up a few things. As an example, it uses a phone chip. It uses the A18 Pro chip instead of the M series. And you think that M would be for Macintosh and A is for the phones. So you're getting a kind of a lesser processor. You're going to get a 6-core CPU and a 5-core GPU. 8 gigs of RAM. That's my biggest issue with no upgrade option. And the memory bandwidth is slow. It's only 60 gigabytes per second. Storage starts at 256, though you can upgrade the storage to 512, and you can get that thumb what is it called when you use your thumb to unlock your device? Touch ID. Thank you very much. Thank you, Victoria. Appreciate that. It comes with Wi-Fi 6E and not 7, so you're going to get a little bit slower Wi-Fi. It does have a battery life of 16 hours. It has a 36.5 watt hour, no MagSafe, 20 watt USB-C charger, no fast charging. Has 2 USB-C ports on the side, no Thunderbolt. It does support a single 4K 60 hertz display, external display. So it means it's not compatible with the studio display. But if you're going to spend $5,000 on a studio display, you're probably not going to spend $600 on a laptop. It's got a 13-inch display. It is fairly thick. It's half an inch thick. It's got that iPad-like bezels around the side. No True Tone. It doesn't have the P3 wide color or the 60 hertz refresh. No ProMotion. The keyboard, and this was the biggest thing for some people, no backlit keyboard. The base model has no Touch ID, but you can get that in more RAM for an additional $100.
Not more RAM.
More hard drive space. Correct. RAM is not upgradable, and that's still the case, and that's an issue for some stuff. 1080p FaceTime camera, no center stage, no desk view, no camera light. Dual side firing speakers, 2 microphones, a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack without high impedance support. It's affordable. It's great for daily tasks, light work, student use. You can still make movies with it with Final Cut Pro, but you got to be careful with effects and things like that. It's going to be fine for most audio tracks unless you're doing 35 tracks and a bunch of other stuff like that. It's not ideal for heavy creatives. So 3D rendering, AI workflows, intense video editing, it's not going to work for. And I put myself in some of these categories. I do 3D rendering. I do real-time character animation, mocap. I do AI workflows. I have my own LLMs running. I do a lot of video editing and After Effects and things like that. But I saw a demo with Lightroom and with DaVinci. Premiere had a lot of trouble, but Final Cut Pro seemed to do okay. So it might be for some and not be for others. I would have no problem recommending this to someone like my daughter or my mother-in-law or my dad, maybe even Miss Victoria, because she doesn't do a lot of video editing. But I want you to understand that as AI becomes more and more popular, we're going to need more RAM. And because of that, this machine is not going to last like my normal machines do, which is 5 years. I think this is going to be more of a disposable type product in a year or two, like you might do with your phones. You're going to want to get a new one. So I'm slightly skeptical as well. If you're not listening and you want to submit a question like Skeptic did, you can drop me a note, show@onlinetonight.com, SHOW@onlinetonight.com, or you can text 951-395-1017. Again, 951-395-1017. It looks like it hits certain spaces, but it might not be for everybody. Stay tuned.
Looking for a one-of-a-kind gift or to complete your own collection? Sumerian Collection offers a wide variety of vintage goods with new items added weekly. Books, collectibles, clothing items, jewelry, gadgets, and gizmos galore. Many items are from the 1960s, 70s, and 80s, but exclusive finds from earlier time periods become available as well. Rare vintage items include dolls from around the world and foreign language books. Online shopping at Sumerian Collection is a breeze, with Etsy's secure payment processing and shipping to U.S. locations included free with every purchase. Visit SumerianCollection.etsy.com to see what's new and vintage this week. SAMERIAN Collection.ETSY.com. SAMERIAN Collection.ETSY.com. Sumerian Collection.
If you turned 65 recently like me, it's important you find a Medicare Advantage plan that gives you the coverage you're looking for. But finding one can be difficult. The best thing I did, and I suggest you do the same, is call a licensed insurance agent and let them walk you through your Medicare Advantage plan options. There are so many benefits you have access to, so make the call now and let the representatives explain everything to you. Our licensed insurance agents can offer you a variety of Medicare Advantage plans. Plus, the call is free, the information is free, and there's no obligation to enroll. We're here to make it easy for you to select a Medicare Advantage plan that may work for your needs. Finding a Medicare Advantage plan can be easy if you do what I did. Make a quick call right now to learn more. Thank you.
800-439-7851. 800-439-7851. 800-439-7851. That's 800-439-7851.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 in the morning, my phone rang. They said, "I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action." Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. I was doing school full-time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. What I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
As veterans, we're no strangers to helping others.
It's what we were taught, trained, and told to do.
It could be for anything. Helping a friend move.
Listening to a fellow veteran for hours, at any hour of the day.
Or just simply making time for people. A neighbor, a loved one, or even a stranger.
We're often the first to help others. There's no question about it.
But we do have one question for the veterans listening.
When was the last time you reached out for help?
Perhaps it's time to do for yourself what you would do for others.
If you or someone you know needs resources, whether it's for stress, finances, employment, or mental health, don't wait. Reach out.
Find more information at va.gov/reach. That's va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
We're live here outside the Perez family home, just waiting for the... And there they go, almost on time this morning. Mom is coming out the front door strong with a double-arm kid carry. Looks like Dad has the bags. Daughter is bringing up the rear. Oh, but the diaper bag wasn't closed. Diapers and toys are everywhere. Ooh, but Mom has just nailed the perfect car seat buckle for the toddler. And now the eldest daughter, who looks to be about 9 or 10, has secured herself in the booster seat. Dad zips the bag closed, and they're off. But looks like Mom doesn't realize her coffee cup is still on the roof of the car. And there it goes. Oh, that's a shame. That mug was a fam favorite.
Don't sweat the small stuff. Just nail the big stuff. Like making sure your kids are buckled correctly in the right seat for their age and size. Learn more at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Online Tonight is live and on the air at 1-800-39-ONLINE, 1-800-396-6546.
Online Tonight.
Somebody, please, tell me what that is. Please.
All right. Oh, no, that's wrong. Hi, this is Online Tonight. My name is Max. Feel free to give us a call on our toll-free telephone number using our broadcast Bionics Caller One system, 1-800-39-ONLINE, 1-800-396-6546 is the toll-free telephone number. You can also reach out via email or text voicemail. The email address, show@onlinetonight.com, and the text voicemail number 951-395-1017. Again, 951-395-1017. Before we jump into our movie review of Zootopia 2, rated PG on Disney+, I wanted to mention the Govee Neon Rope Light 2, and it looks just like a neon sign from just a few feet away. It is incredibly shapeable. It looks just like a neon tube. It's got unique bend clips that you use to help create those great angles and those corners to make your custom style. It comes in 2 sizes. It comes in 10-foot and 16.4-foot lengths. Learn more about Govee's products by visiting our website, onlinetonight.com/Govee, onlinetonight.com/GOVEE.
From Hollywood.
One very important thing, mate. I'm Captain Jack Sparrow.
Blockbusters, tearjerkers, family fare.
Everything is awesome.
What's worth seeing in the theater, and what should you just watch at home?
Are you a good witch or a bad witch?
Here are your hosts.
My name is Max.
My name's Victoria.
And we want to share with you our thoughts on Zootopia 2, rated PG, on Disney Plus now. It was in theaters. It did very, 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 very well. We usually go and see sneak peeks like we did with Hopper and some other movies, but we did not. The schedule didn't align for us on Zootopia 2, so we had to wait until it popped into the streaming service before we got a chance to see it. And I'm trying to remember. I feel like maybe you should watch Zootopia 1 and then watch Zootopia 2 in order. Even though we had a gap, I feel like we didn't miss too much.
Yeah,
but it might have been fun to just kind of watch them back to back. Who doesn't like watching cartoons back to back?
And I think it's important to help with the establishing of the relationship between Judy and Nick, which of course happened in the first movie. I mean, she's a cop. She's a meter maid, or she was a meter maid, and the first bunny on the Zootopia police force. And because usually it's the predators who are the cops, and obviously a bunny is not a predator, except to
carrots,
our lawn, and a vegetable garden. And Nick, of course, being a fox, he is a thief.
Right.
So how they met and how they came to solve a crime together and become not only friends but now partners on the police force. I think you need that backstory to fully understand what's going on.
All right, who's in it?
Well, of course, we have the main characters returning. We have Ginnifer Goodwin as Judy Hopps. We know her as Snow White from Once Upon a Time, way back in the day. Jason Bateman, who we know from so many things, is Nick Wilde. And then another returning is their boss, Chief Bogo, who is a Cape Buffalo, and he's voiced by Idris Elba. Shakira is back as Gazelle, who is a gazelle and is a pop star, and of course provides music for this installment as well.
And who's my favorite? The mayor.
Who is your favorite? The mayor,
who actually is a horse.
Oh yeah, he's not back from last time.
No.
He's new.
He is new.
Mayor Winddancer, a very lovely Palomino.
And formerly a action movie star.
Right.
That's funny, too.
And he is voiced by our favorite squeak, squeakity, squeak, squeak, Patrick Warburton.
That's right.
But there's so many new people in this one, and I feel like they packed this one. I have to go back and look at the cast from the first one to see if they did this similar thing, not only as kind of main characters, but they packed. You know how famous people like to be in the Star Wars movies, like as a stormtrooper or something. They packed this one with some other kind of interesting cameos where their names are similar to their real names. But the problem is you don't know these characters' names when they're in one scene. You don't know that the sheep's name is Ed Sheeran.
Sure. All right, very quickly, the premise. there's always something. The reason they have a police force is because no matter how wonderful your utopia is, there's going to be some element of human type desires, or in this case, they're animals that are the personification of humans. But sometimes there's people out there that want things for themselves or to get an advantage over others.
There's crime.
Right. So there's crime. And in this one, there is a little bit of a backstory in that there are no reptiles. Did you notice there were no reptiles really in Zootopia 1, the first one? No snakes, no lizards, no geckos, no crocodiles, no, even tortoises. Are tortoises and turtles considered reptiles? I didn't know that.
Mm.
They are missing from Zootopia 2, and we find out one of the reasons for that is because the lynx, which is a predatory cat, somewhere in between domesticated cats like bobcats and, say, big cats like tigers and pumas and things like that. So the lynx is a medium-sized predatory cat. And apparently they know a secret, and they are trying to gain more land and put what they want on the land. And the way they have to do that is to steal from others. Really, that's the basis of it. And so I'm sure you've seen the trailer, and maybe even the Disney Plus logo lately has shown you a snake slither across the top and then wrap itself around Nick and Judy Hopper.
Hops.
Hops. Nick's last name is not Hops,
Wild,
by the way. And so there is this thing that everybody thinks that the snakes were responsible for unaliving somebody, right? There's always got to be some kind of death in a Disney movie. And so people are initially very nervous about this snake that popped up. But the reason the snake popped up was to clear his family name so that his family can move back to where they used to live. All right? Seems pretty reasonable.
Yes, and this new character, Gary the Snake, very original, is voiced by Ki Hui Kwan. I always mess his name up. He appears in so many things these days. And the thing about the Judy and Nick is Judy has really good instincts, which is why she became a police officer in the first place, but was relegated to being a meter maid. And then she demonstrated in the first movie her ability to solve crime. And she has these great instincts, and she sees the clues, and she sees when things are amiss. And Nick is he wants to just keep things safe. Even though, he's a criminal, he's got that past, he doesn't believe it's worth putting himself and herself in danger for
we
this.
find the real reason.
We do. But they also have been relegated to duty that allows them to just watch, observe, and learn from the veteran officers. But of course, they go off and they follow their own clues. And this gets them in some hot water because sometimes things aren't as they seem, and they always seem to be where bad things are happening. And so it's, a comedy of errors, and it seems like they're messing up, but really they're on the trail of what's really happening.
And they find themselves in a little bit of peril, and there's some nice, heartfelt moments between friends. And will the snakes and other reptiles be able to return, or will their land become a big, giant snowfield for some other group of people? I guess lynx live in the snow, or a multi-thing. What is your final thoughts and rating?
I give it a 4.5. I really like these movies, but I get distracted when there are so many different characters. Kind of like you felt about the Avengers movies.
Yeah. Well, I did like the cameos. I will join you with a 4.5. We're talking about Zootopia 2, rated PG on Disney Plus now. If I was to do it again, I would do them back to back on a weekend. I'd watch Zootopia 1, and then I'd follow up with Zootopia 2, and that way the feelings between all the characters would make more sense to me. Stay tuned.
At Bon Voyage Earns, we love our pets. We couldn't imagine our lives without them. But we know that when they pass on, we want to treat them with the respect they deserve, because they're family members too. Bon Voyage Earns makes biodegradable, marine-safe urns for the delivery of pets' cremated remains to a beautiful resting place in the Pacific Ocean. Love them while you have them. Give them a proper send-off when it's time. More information at bvorns.com.
Let's take a moment to breathe. Deep inhale. Extend your spine. Remain focused on what you're doing. If safe to do so, exhale slowly, leaning to one side. Inhale back to center. If safe to do so, exhale slowly to the opposite side. Find mental health resources at loveyourmindtoday.org. This message is brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Our research team has found a perfect solution to solve any man's ED problem, erectile dysfunction. Even the word is a bummer. And those pharmacy pills are expensive, but when you call our special toll-free number, you can always buy 40 to 50 pills for around $2 each. At your pharmacy, you could spend up to $65 for just one pill. Our price is around $2, and our formula works virtually the same as the expensive pills. We even deliver them to your door in a confidential package, so you don't have to go anywhere. Just pick up the phone and order 40 to 50 highly effective ED pills for around $2 each. It's a no-brainer. You'll save hundreds of dollars, and you'll have our 100% satisfaction guarantee. Call now to order 40 to 50 ED pills with no prescription for around $2 each.
Call Steelman now at 800-764-9168. 800-764-9168. That's 800-764-9168.
The Native community is big for me. Makes me feel good to pass on our Rapo traditions. My kids love going up to the Sundance. I like to tell people the Sundance is about family. It's about the tribe. It's not just about the dancer. It's kind of like life. As a Sundancer, I'm just one spoke in the wheel. I need my family there. I need my role models. I need my people there, especially my children. You know, coming in that door, my family is ready to see me and they believe in me. Before, I'd never seen that from my people. But now when I walk in that door and I see those smiling faces and they're happy to see me, that's special. With my 4 kids, all I ask for them in Arapaho ways is health and happiness. Nothing more, nothing less.
Never stop being a dad. That's dedication. Find out more at fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
They are our cuddlers and coworkers, purr machines and love bugs, and constant companions. They are our pets, our family, and they make life so much better. When we face unexpected challenges in life, so do our pets. That's why we're on a mission to support people who love their pets and the pets who love their people, ensuring these families stay exactly where they belong, together. And you have something to offer. With an open heart and mind, there is nothing you can't do. There's no gesture too small or too big when it comes to helping. Whether donating a bag of kibble, sharing an Instagram post of a lost cat, or welcoming a foster pet into your home, every bit of kindness counts. You can help keep pets and people together. Visit petsandpeopletogether.org to learn how to be a helper in your community. This has been a public service announcement brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. My grandpa Lou is the reason why my dad and I started racing, and I'm really proud to follow in his tracks. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. I've learned a lot on this journey with my grandpa Lou, and the memories of my grandpa will always be with me. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Talking about Alzheimer's can be really tough, but if you notice something, have a conversation with your loved one. Encourage them to see a doctor or offer to go with them. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. The Alzheimer's Association provides care, support, and research to help you take control of the situation with your family and manage the disease together. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. Visit alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Online tonight.
Hey, bookmark this.
All right, each hour we give you a bookmark this that we hope you find fun, educational, or at least entertaining. This is a really long one, so I made a shortcut for you. But if you want the full URL, visit our website, onlinetonight.com. Look for show number 2102, I believe is the appropriate episode number. Let me just peek at that. Yep. And the full link will be right there. But the one I made for you is onlinetonight.com/cricket contest. CRICUT contest, all one word. March is National Craft Month, and Cricut, you know, the craft cutter people, they also make mug presses and heat presses and all kinds of stuff. The makers of craft cutters and vinyl material is celebrating 20 years in business, and to celebrate, they're giving away 20 prizes of $500 each to spend on Cricut products. Use this link to read the rules and enter the sweepstakes if you're the crafty sort. I use a different brand, but I know a lot of people that use the Cricut products. So check that out. It's onlinetonight.com/Cricut contest. All one word, onlinetonight.com/Cricut contest. Or remember, you can go to our website, look for show number 2102 and hour one. The link is right there. You can click on it and you can enter right in. That is this hour's Bookmark This, brought to you by Swag to the Max. And I have partnered to introduce my new line of pirate merchandise, t-shirts, mugs, hats, tote bags, etc. You can find them by visiting my website, onlinetonight.com/store, onlinetonight.com/store.
Online tonight.
Somebody's had too much chocolate today, and you're about to find out who. This is Online Tonight. Now, here's Max.
Do Carmelo bars count as chocolate? It's mostly caramel or caramel. I say caramel, but that's okay. Let's jump into a little bit of game news. We haven't done that in a little while. I thought this would be kind of interesting. Microsoft has announced that Xbox Mode, which will be a full-screen gaming interface, is going to roll out for Windows 11 PCs in April. I know that some people have been hesitant to update to any of the Windows Tuesday updates lately because they've kind of been a mess. Killed your hard drive, made your graphics card not work, added more things to spy on you. At least that's what, some people are saying. But if you're an Xbox fan, then maybe this is something that you would be interested in. The interface provides a controller-optimized experience for browsing your game libraries, launching games, and switching between apps. Xbox Mode is similar to Steam's Big Picture Mode, which has offered a TV-style interface for PC gaming for almost 15 years. The feature first appeared on the Rogue Ally Xbox handheld and later expanded to other Windows gaming portables. The rollout will begin in select markets before expanding more broadly. So that's what Xbox is planning. Let's see what else is going on in the world of video games. And one of these is really odd, which I'm going to take a moment when I get to it to talk to you about it because it just seems strange to me, but okay. Starting today, the 7 Deadly Sins Origin will be available for PC and the PS5. The mobile version, by the way, will be available next week on the 23rd. It is almost baseball time, so it seems fitting that MLB The Show 26 will be available on the 17th for the PS5, the Switch, and the Xbox Series X and S. I'm just going to say Xbox. If it's an earlier version like the 360 or the One, I'll mention it, but otherwise I'll just say Xbox. Crimson Desert will be available on the 19th for the PC, PS5, and the Xbox. Death Stranding 2 will be available for the PC on the 19th of March. Dragonkin The Banished will be available on PC, PS5, and Xbox on the 19th. And here's that one that I thought was weird. It's actually for mobile. It comes out on March 20th. It's called Coffee Talk. Coffee Talk. There's an old saying that bartenders are basically therapists. Somebody comes in, they say, give me a double whatever. And then they share aggressively their personal challenges. And the bartender listens and nods and sometimes will give one or two words of advice and will then, pour a couple more drinks, making sure, of course, that they don't overdo it. You don't want your patrons to overdo it. This is exactly the same thing, but instead of giving them alcohol, you're giving them fake coffee using the ingredients that you have behind the bar at the coffee bar. But you're listening to, like, people from Seattle are sharing their challenges. So the goal of the game is to listen to these people's problems and then look at what you have behind the bar and make them a coffee. I mean, I got to try it just to see what it's like, but it seems like a very interesting game to create. All right, if you play it and you like it, you let me know. All right, moving on. March 25th, War Game will come out for Switch 2. Tales of the Shire, a Lord of the Rings game, will be available on the 25th for the Switch 2. Screamer, we don't know anything about that game, but I have heard a couple people talk about it. It's going to be available for the PS5, the Xbox, and the PC starting on March 26th. Midnight Walk for the Switch 2 on March 26th. Virtua Fighter 5. Revo, R-E-V-O, World Stage for the Switch 2 on the 26th. Super Mario Brothers Wonder. The Nintendo Switch 2 edition, plus Meetup in Bella Bell Park. That's available on March 26th. New Super Lucky Tale on the PS5 on the 26th. Life is Strange Reunion on the PC, PS5, and the Xbox on the 26th. Mega Man Star Force Legacy Collection, PS5, Xbox Series, PS4, Xbox One, the Switch, and the PC on the 27th. I'm just going to give you a couple more. Legacy of Kain, Ascendance, PS5, Xbox, Switch, and PC on the 31st. Grimm 2 on the PC on the 31st. And South of Midnight will be available on the PS5 on March 31st. So if you're a big gamer fan, then you probably heard something in there that you might be interested in getting. So there you go. And if you have any suggestions or comments, or you're happy with the recent Xbox Pass changes, or you're unhappy with them, I would love to hear from you. 1-800-39-ONLINE, 1-800-396-6546. Don't forget, if you missed any portion of the show, you can head over to onlinetonight.com. Look for show number 2102 with the show notes. You can listen to the archive, subscribe to the podcast, and please check out our store, onlinetonight.com/store.
Online Tonight is produced and copyrighted by Smart Family Media. All rights reserved. Host Maxwell Smart. Producer and other hats worn by Victoria Smart. Views and opinions expressed are those of the host, guest, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, affiliates, or other advertisers.
From Los Angeles, this is Online Tonight.
"30 seconds past the hour.
From Los Angeles, this is Online Tonight.
1 minute past the hour.
From Los Angeles, this is Online Tonight.
One minute, 30 seconds past the hour.
From Los Angeles, this is Online Tonight.
Two minutes past the hour.
From Los Angeles, this is Online Tonight.
Two minutes, 30 seconds past the hour.
From Los Angeles, this is Online Tonight.
Three minutes past the hour.
From Los Angeles, this is Online Tonight.
Three minutes, 30 seconds past the hour.
From Los Angeles, this is Online Tonight.
Four minutes past the hour.
From Los Angeles, this is Online Tonight.
Four minutes, 30 seconds past the hour.
From Los Angeles, this is Online Tonight.
Five minutes past the hour. 60 seconds to live.
From Los Angeles, this is Online Tonight.
Five minutes, 30 seconds past the hour. 30 seconds to live.
This is Online Tonight.
We're on the air live tonight. 1-800-39-ONLINE. 1-800-396-6546 is the number.
Online tonight.
Sir, drop the chalupa. Put it down and back away.
Sir, don't be silly. Drop the chalupa.
I said, drop the chalupa.
Put it down, man.
Yeah, drop the chalupa.
And now, from the craziest city on the planet, this is Online Tonight, on the air toll-free at 1-800-39-ONLINE, 1-800-396-6546. And now, the host of Online Tonight, Max.
All right, welcome to Online Tonight on this mid-March Monday. I think sometimes Miss Victoria tries to make me sound smart, so she wants me to say the following, though I have no idea what it even means. If you're watching or listening to this, I guess that you did a good job of wearing the Ides of March yesterday. So I'm going to ask Miss Victoria, what the heck does that mean? Something to do with war?
No, it has to do with the death of Caesar.
Oh, on the steps of the thing where he got...
Et tu, Brute.
Okay, so the anniversary of his murder?
Yes.
Oh, well, I mean, people were watching the Oscars. They didn't care about Caesar. By the way, this is hour 2 of episode number 2102. That stuff I understand. I'm Max Smart, and we're talking tech, pop culture, and pretty much whatever else pops into my head. Probably absolutely nothing to do with Caesar. Coming up this hour, of course, we've got our Geek Speak, our Bookmark This. The Apple's 50th anniversary may have started. Hollywood projects that are scrapped. And our review of Fackham Hall. I'm going to say it very carefully because it is rated R and they do say the words differently in the movie. So there you go. But most importantly, why do we love doing the show is to help you out with your tech questions. So if you have a question about your computer, your laptop, your phone, your 3D printer, you want to get into converting your Epson into a sublimation printer, or you're interested in, t-shirts and crafting stuff, I'm happy to help you with any of that. Think of me as your free IT support or tech support person, and I will do my best to help you. There is no such thing as a dumb question, and you might end up helping somebody else who has the same question but might be a little bit shy. So give me a call on our Broadcast Bionics Caller One system using our toll-free telephone number 1-800-39-ONLINE. 1-800-396-6546 is the toll-free telephone number. I like this method the best. I like this method the best. I need more tea, I think, because I have lots of questions all the time, follow-up questions. That way we can have a conversation. And that way we can work together to solve your problem, and that's what I love. Victoria is taking your calls, going through your texts and your emails. If you're not listening live and you want to send me an email, it's show@onlinetonight.com, SHOW, show@onlinetonight.com. You can also send me a text or a voicemail. That number is 951-395-1017. Data rates may apply. Leaving a voicemail is your authorization to broadcast your likeness. Again, that number, 951-395-1017. Before we get started, this portion of the show is brought to you by Anchor. At CES, they showed their new Nano charger. It's interesting. It looks like a plug. It's just a little plug, but on it is a little display, a tiny screen. And it has these prongs that you can move in different ways so that if you're, let's say it's behind the couch, you can move the prongs and then the screen's facing up. Or if you have it, say, on a workbench or something, you can put the prongs out straight and you can see the screen. And what's cool is the screen kind of tells you what iPhone or device you have plugged in. It senses what it's trying to charge. And that way it's going to give it the right amount of power and the right amount of watts and all that stuff. It also has this feature to help keep it cooler compared to other 45-watt chargers. Very, very, very cool. check out all the Anchor products by visiting our website, onlinetonight.com/anchor, onlinetonight.com/anker. And, of course, the show is brought to you by my new line of pirate merchandise. I have T-shirts and hats and mugs and tote bags. I also have a St. Patrick's Day shirt, which you're not going to get in time for tomorrow, but maybe get it for next year. And all of that is available at onlinetonight.com/store. Let's jump into a little bit of Apple news. Apple is celebrating, in case you don't know this, and it's not a joke. April 1st, 1976, Apple was incorporated. They did it on April 1st as some kind of joke to them, I guess. I'm not sure. But that is the actual date. So it's not a gag. It's honest. So April 1st is their 50th anniversary, and Apple's already kind of kicked it off. There was some ruckus going on at the New York store, and then by the late afternoon, Alicia Keys came and did a performance. The event took place at their Grand Central Terminal in the New York City after the location was temporarily closed for the preparations. Apple secretly invited select media members and YouTubers, revealing the performer only when Alicia Keys took the stage. Apple executives attending included Tim Cook, Greg, Deidre, and John. Alicia Keys has previously collaborated with Apple, including performances at the Apple Music Festival 10 and other Apple-hosted events. She also appeared in a 3D immersive experience on the Apple Vision Pro. The concert marks the start of several events celebrating Apple's founding on April 1st, 1976. The company official 50th anniversary will take place on April 1st of this year, 2026. A new version of iOS was recently released, which really surprised me. And once you hear the information, maybe you'll be surprised too. But if you have one of these devices, maybe you'll be happy. Apple has released a security update for older devices that cannot run the latest operating system. The update includes iOS 16.7.15, iPadOS 16.7.15, iOS 15.8.7, and iPadOS 15.8.7. We're going back a while. I mean, so this must have been something very significant. Otherwise, they probably wouldn't have fixed it. Users can install the update by going into their settings, general software update. You may also get an automatic notification, or if you have automatic updates enabled, it's going to grab it for you. The release primarily includes an important security fix for some of these older iPhones and iPads. The patch addresses vulnerabilities linked to a recently disclosed exploit. These issues had already been fixed in newer versions of iOS, but are now being applied to devices that can't really upgrade any further. I mean, I have an old iPhone. Actually, it's an iPad. I have an old iPad that is never going to get any higher, but it's nice to know that Apple is still trying to protect me in those areas. Apple generally promises to support you for 5 years for iPhones, though sometimes, they're nice and will give you something that's older than that. Earlier in 2026, Apple even released an update for the iPhone 5S, which is like 13 years old, right? So it's been around for a while. TikTok has introduced a new feature that lets users stream full songs inside the app by linking their Apple Music accounts. Social media apps typically only allow short music previews, usually limited to about 30 seconds, but the new Play Full Song feature allows users to listen to complete tracks without having to leave TikTok. Users can save discovered songs to their Apple Music library and or add them directly to playlists. Streams played through Apple Music will still count toward artist payments and listening history. Well, they're basically passing through the information, so I would think that the accounting would still work. TikTok also introduced a new listening party feature where fans and artists can listen to music together. and they can chat to each other in real time. TikTok says its platforms play a major role in music discovery, with many popular songs first gaining traction there. Data previously showed that over 80% of songs that reached the Billboard 200 in 2024 first became popular on TikTok. The new music features are rolling out globally within the next couple weeks. What are you listening to? Do you listen to Apple Music, Spotify, Pandora, Amazon Music? I'd love to hear from you. 1-800-39-ONLINE. It's online tonight. Stay tuned.
Looking for a one-of-a-kind gift or to complete your own collection? Sumerian Collection offers a wide variety of vintage goods with new items added weekly. Books, collectibles, clothing items, jewelry, gadgets, and gizmos galore. Many items are from the 1960s, 70s, and 80s, but exclusive finds from earlier time periods become available as well. Rare vintage items include dolls from around the world and foreign language books. Online shopping at Sumerian Collection is a breeze, with Etsy's secure payment processing and shipping to U.S. locations included free with every purchase. Visit SumerianCollection.etsy.com to see what's new and vintage this week. SAMERIAN Collection.etsy.com. SAMERIAN Collection.etsy.com. Sumerian Collection.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war among the major term life companies. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past 2 years. For example, a man age 45 non-tobacco user, $1 million of coverage is only $75 per month, level for the next 10 years. Or a man age 50 non-tobacco user can buy $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of only $110, guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. That's right, level rates for 20 years. And if you're a smoker, we have great rates for you as well. At the Term Lifeline, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. So if you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call right now for a free quote.
Rates and availability may vary by state. Sample rate quotes are based on preferred non-tobacco underwriting exam required to qualify. 800-908-3082. 800-908-3082. 800-908-3082. That's 800-908-3082.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies, because when people don't have to worry about where their next meal is coming from, they can truly thrive, like Marta.
And now we'll hear from our class valedictorian, who with our hard work never ceases to amaze us. Please welcome Marta Moreno.
And Alex.
Hey, Alex. How did the interview go?
I did it! I got the job! I can't believe it!
I knew it. Let's meet up later to celebrate.
And Diego.
Mom! I got first place at the science fair with my volcano project.
That's amazing, sweetie. Congratulations.
Because when people are fed, futures are nourished, and everyone deserves to live a full life. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/actnow. feedingamerica.org/actnow. A public service announcement brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
We're live here outside the Perez family home, just waiting for the... And there they go! Almost on time this morning. Mom is coming out the front door strong with a double-arm kid carry. Looks like Dad has the bags. Daughter is bringing up the rear. Oh, but the diaper bag wasn't closed. Diapers and toys are everywhere. Ooh, but Mom has just nailed the perfect car seat buckle for the toddler. And now the eldest daughter, who looks to be about 9 or 10, has secured herself in the booster seat. Dad zips the bag closed, and they're off. But looks like Mom doesn't realize her coffee cup is still on the roof of the car. And there it goes. Oh, that's a shame. That mug was a fam favorite.
Don't sweat the small stuff. Just nail the big stuff. Like making sure your kids are buckled correctly in the right seat for their age and size. Learn more at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
On Online tonight.
Geek Speak. Geek Speak.
All right, this hour's Geek Speak, where we take a tech term and turn it into plain English right before your very ears, is long file name. More on that in just a moment. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. But before we get into that, this portion of the show is brought to you by Govee. They introduced some new stuff this year at CES in January, including their Lumen Blend Plus color system. The color management system features a new 16-bit precision chip for smoother, more precise color transitions and industry-leading 1000K to 10,000K color temperature range. That's Kelvin or something. Did I get it right that time, Miss Victoria? Calvin. Like the cartoon character?
I think it's Kelvin.
Kelvin.
With a K. Kelvin.
Yeah, it's Kelvin with a K.
K-E.
All right. It has to do with the color temperature. So from rose or orangey to bright blue white. So you've got a bigger range. Govee, by the way, is also partnered with Samsung SmartThings. You can learn more about Govee's products by visiting our website, onlinetonight.com/Govee, onlinetonight.com/GOVEE. Now, our Geek Speak. Long file name, also known as LFN. This is an extension to the short file name standard that we used to use in DOS, which only allowed 8 uppercase characters plus 3 character file extension. Last hour we talked about file extension, so if you need to know what that is. LFN file names can now be up to 255 characters long, including the file extension. They can include lowercase and uppercase characters, as well as spaces, numbers, and selected symbols like the underscore or the dash. Microsoft introduced long file name support in 1994 to maintain compatibility with previous file systems, making it backward compatible. Microsoft provided an automatic way to shorten long file names using a tilde followed by a number. If the shortened file name conflicted with another file name, the number would then be incremented by 1. Windows, macOS, and Unix have supported long file names for 20 plus years. A file name may still be truncated if the system is copied or edited by a Windows system using the older file system. And even though you can use 255 characters, I think you should keep them reasonably short. You don't want to write a novel as part of your file name. You want to be brief, and you want to use as few special characters and spaces as possible. I don't know if you've ever used the PowerShell on Windows or the terminal on macOS, but I'll tell you what, spaces and certain characters like parents, percentage signs can really mess up some of these commands. So do yourself a favor and use reasonably long file names and avoid those special characters. Dashes and underscores are fine. That is this hour's Geek Speak. Long file name, just in case you missed it. Long file name.
What the heck?
Online tonight.
Can you tell it's a Monday? Holy cow. Phone lines are open. Call our broadcast by Onyx Caller 1 system by using our toll-free telephone number 1-800-39-online. Don't forget you can follow me on X and Instagram at Max Smart Radio, all one word, at Max Smart Radio on X and Instagram. Victoria, go.
We have a text from Leo in Baltimore. I went all in on LED lighting because I thought the bulbs were going to last a really long time, but some of them are failing. Any idea why this might be?
Baltimore, I have a question, and Miss Victoria might know the answer to this because you were an East Coaster for a while. Baltimore, is that by Virginia or Philly or Jersey? New
It's
York?
in Maryland.
Okay. Where's Maryland?
Maryland.
By Virginia?
Maryland is north of Virginia. Just north of Virginia.
Okay, and your parents lived in Virginia, right? For a while?
Yeah,
and it was one of the worst weeks that I spent because it was so humid.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I was in the shower 24/7. Okay.
There's a reason that the government in Washington shuts down in August.
Okay.
It's just like it literally is a swamp.
It's a swamp. Well, that could be one of the reasons. Let me tell you, the LED diode itself is probably not the problem. It's everything else that's interconnected to it. And you're assuming that there are no manufacturing issues. You're assuming that the manufacturers have given you a date of how long these things would last. These are estimates, and they're estimated based on the reasonable number of hours that the light might be used. If you're using it 24/7, well, then it's not going to at all match the estimate of the manufacturer. So LED light bulbs usually last longer than incandescent light bulbs because you're not actually burning the filament. It's a diode, and it just lights up based on electrons flowing through it. So it's a little bit different than how it works. But none of these times are guarantees. They're just estimates. So they calculate how many years of use this thing's going to have, assuming you're only using it for 4 to 5 hours every day. What usually fails is the stuff around the LED. So there are drivers, there are capacitors, there's resistors, there's other things going on inside of this device that probably break down, especially in humid areas. If you put them in those, what is it called when you have a light in a canister in the ceiling, right? Can lights. If you have it up there, it's not getting very much ventilation. It might be overheating, which could then destroy some of the other components in there. Again, the diode, the LED diode is probably going to be fine. It's the supporting things around it. So you need to have good ventilation. Also, humidity is going to be bad for it. Not putting it into a clean electrical outlet like that socket. You want to kind of make sure all the power's off before you do this. I don't want you to get electrocuted. But you might want to clean out a little rubbing alcohol or something just to make sure that there's no corrosion or anything sticky or anything that's going to impede the flow of electricity between the socket and the light bulb itself. High humidity, as I mentioned, bad, bad, bad. Also, and I learned this the hard way, I had an incandescent dimmer in one of my bathrooms, and all of my LED bulbs started freaking out. Some of them were popping, some of them were going. You need to have a special dimmer if you're going to use a dimmer switch. You got to have an LED capable dimmer because the regular ones are problematic, could be problematic. Also, if you buy the cheap ones, let's say you buy the $3 Walmart brand, I'm not picking on them in any way, but you know, they've got cheaper internal parts. They've got the cheaper circuit boards. They've got the cheaper diodes. They got the cheaper driver chip. So, you know, you kind of gonna get what you paid for. Experts recommend buying brand names, ensuring compatibility with fixtures and dimmers. That will help those last longer. Hopefully that helps, Leo. If you're not listening live and you want to submit a question like Leo did via text, it is 951-395-1017. It's online tonight. Stay tuned.
At Bon Voyage Urns, we love our pets. We couldn't imagine our lives without them. But we know that when they pass on, we want to treat them with the respect they deserve, because they're family members too. Bon Voyage Urns makes biodegradable, marine-safe urns for the delivery of pets' cremated remains to a beautiful resting place in the Pacific Ocean. Love them while you have them. Give them a proper send-off when it's time. More information at bvurns.com.
There's no better way to bond with your cats than with a special treat. Lickin' Lap by Vitacraft is a healthy 5-pack saucy tureen snack full of a creamy paste that your cats are gonna love. Free from artificial colors, flavors, and preservatives, it's the perfect snack between meals. Lickin' Lap is available at Walmart, your local pet stores, and of course, on their website at vitacraft.us.
If you turned 65 recently like me, it's important you find a Medicare Advantage plan that gives you the coverage you're looking for. but finding one can be difficult. The best thing I did, and I suggest you do the same, is call a licensed insurance agent and let them walk you through your Medicare Advantage plan options. There are so many benefits you have access to, so make the call now and let the representatives explain everything to you. Our licensed insurance agents can offer you a variety of Medicare Advantage plans. Plus, the call is free, the information is free, and there's no obligation to enroll. We're here to make it easy for you to select a Medicare Advantage plan that may work for your needs. Finding a Medicare Advantage plan can be easy if you do what I did. Make a quick call right now to learn more. Thank you.
800-439-7851. 800-439-7851. 800-439-7851. That's 800-439-7851.
The Native community is big for me. Makes me feel good to pass on our Arapaho traditions. My kids love going up to the Sundance. I like to tell people the Sundance is about family. It's about the tribe. It's not just about the dancer. It's kind of like life. As a Sundancer, I'm just one spoke in the wheel. I need my family there. I need my role models. I need my people there, especially my children. You know, coming in that door, my family is ready to see me and they believe in me. Before, I'd never seen that from my people. But now when I walk in that door and I see those smiling faces and they're happy to see me, that's special. With my 4 kids, all I ask for them in Arapaho ways is health and happiness. Nothing more, nothing less.
Never stop being a dad. That's dedication. Find out more at fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
You say you'd never give in to a meltdown. Never let kids' toys take over the house. And never fill your feed with kid photos. You'd never plan your life around their schedule. Never lick your thumb to clean their face. And you'd never let them leave the house looking like less than their best. You say you'd never put a pacifier in your mouth to clean it. Never let them stay up too late. And never let them run wild through the grocery store.
Peanuts on aisle 6. And aisle 3.
So when you say you'd never let them get into a car without you there, no, it can happen. 1 in 4 hot car deaths happen when a kid gets into an unlocked car and can't get out. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Most people out here think that taking care of one another is important. And most people would step up for a neighbor going through a tough time. Most people around here help out friends and family when they need it. But the funny thing is, most of us won't look for help when we need it. If you're struggling with mental health, you should know that there are resources out there that can help. And it's okay to talk about it if you need to. One place to get started with information is loveyourmindtoday.org. Loveyourmindtoday.org offers a range of guides, instructions, and insights for dealing with difficult situations or getting through a tough time. If you're struggling with mental health, get the help you need, because most people out here really care. Visit loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
We're taking your calls right now at 1-800-39-ONLINE, 1-800-396-6546.
Online tonight.
Hello. Hey. Hello. Hello. Hey, everybody. Hello there, sir.
Hey, wait a minute.
Hello, hi, and how are you?
Hey, thanks so much for joining me. My name is Max Smart. Name of the show is Online Tonight. This is episode number 2102. Don't forget to head over to onlinetonight.com to check out our show notes, our Geek Speak, our bookmark this, hour 1 and hour 2 show notes are right there. You can also use our Broadcast Bionics Caller One system to get your free tech support. Our toll-free telephone number, 1-800-39-online, 1-800-396-6546. You can also send an email or use our text voicemail number. The email, show@onlinetonight.com. The text voicemail number is 951-395-1017, 951-395-1017. Before we jump into our movie review, this portion of the show is brought to you by Swag to the Max. I have teamed up with them to introduce my new Pirate line of merchandise, from t-shirts, mugs, hats, and tote bags. You can find them by going to our website, onlinetonight.com/store. onlinetonight.com/store.
Is our...
Nope.
From Hollywood.
One very important thing, mate. I'm Captain Jack Sparrow.
Blockbusters, tearjerkers, family fare.
Everything is awesome.
What's worth seeing in the theater, and what should you just watch at home?
Are you a good witch or a bad witch?
Here are your hosts.
I am Max.
And I'm Victoria.
And we want to share with you our thoughts on the movie called Fackham Hall. I'm saying it very carefully.
Yeah, don't say it fast in a Cockney
Don't say
accent.
it fast in a British accent. Rated R on HBO Max. We actually got to it through Hulu, and you have to search for it because it's not just in the normal thing. So we found it there. I will start off by saying it is foul. It has a lot of language. It has a little bit of murder mystery in it. But the thing that I thought was the most interesting about this for me is I have not watched a movie where I have burst out loud laughing 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times in a single movie. There are so many funny one-liners. There's funny little references to things. And I found myself laughing out loud so often that
we had to pause
we had
sometimes.
to pause and go back because we were both laughing so much that we missed the next line because they were kind of stacking them. All right, what would you like to share? The premise or the actors, or where would you like to start, Miss Victoria?
I guess the premise.
Okay.
This takes place. Okay, this
1931
in England, and it's the Depression. It's between world wars, and the aristocracy is having a little bit of trouble. The Davenports specifically, they lost their 4 sons named John, Paul, George, and Ringo. They lost them in various strange ways. They perished. And they are left with 2 daughters, and they are on the verge of losing their ancestral home. I don't remember why exactly.
Money.
Yeah, I guess that a daughter has to marry a wealthy family, and in this family, they tend to marry their first cousins. So they're going to, the daughter Poppy is going to marry Archibald, who is her first cousin. So he's also a Davenport. And then they get to keep the Fackham Hall and continue to live there. Well, that doesn't work out. And so Rose is next in line to marry Archibald. But in the meantime, she meets a new young man who she falls for, and he becomes employed at the estate, and all kinds of comedic, interesting things happen in the movie.
All right. And what is this strange man's name? Eric No One?
Yes.
Okay.
He's an orphan.
So Eric No One was raised by the nuns or the whatever at the orphanage, and he has a talent, and his talent is he's a fantastic pickpocket. So much so that he can actually take your pants off without you knowing it. So it's not just wallets and keys and watches. I mean, he has he is very, very skilled at his profession, if you want to call thievery a profession. Go ahead. You jumped in there. What was it?
No, I didn't.
Oh, I heard you cough then. Anyway, so Eric sees Rose, who is like a duchess or, she's one of the elites from the day. And he sees her and they immediately become attracted to each other, almost love at first sight. And the thing I find funny is that Poppy was supposed to marry Archibald, but she ends up leaving him at the altar and running outside to the manure salesman. And so that's kind of funny. It's dumb. It's stupid, but that's what makes it so funny. It's kind of like a Monty Python movie with foul language, and it's slapstick. The jokes are silly.
But it's also kind of harkens back to those 80s spoof movies like Airplane and
Oh, yeah.
and Top Secret and, things like that.
So I never watched that Dalton Abbey thing, so maybe it is really a spoof on that. Maybe if I had seen Dalton Abbey, maybe this would have made more sense to me. Dalton, whatever. See, I don't know. But I have seen Airplane. I have seen Hot Shots. I've seen all of the Leslie Nielsen movies.
Naked Gun.
Yeah. So those are all just silly comedies.
And a lot of things
one
are
has British elites in it, which makes it funnier.
Yeah, and although some of the jokes go over our heads because they are British and they're like terms we're not familiar with,
I
or
had to look them up.
yeah, but a lot of it is plays on words, sight gags, and things like that.
And 8-year-olds. I don't recommend 8-year-olds watch this. It's rated R.
It's got some very adult,
it's
very adult content.
Very adult. I mean, especially marrying your first cousin is
Which
one of
apparently
many.
is not illegal in Britain, even today.
Even now?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I don't want to know about it. Okay, and I won't even talk about that. We're talking about Fackham Hall, and Fackham is one word, but I'm saying it carefully. Hall, rated R, on HBO Max. And they even have 8-year-old jokes in that when the detective who comes to solve a crime bends down, he has gas. So they even have, gas from your bottom jokes.
I like the fact that his name is Watt.
What?
Because it's like a play on the Who's on First joke.
Exactly.
They do a version of that.
But they don't do it as well.
No.
The British people do not do it as well as Abbott and Costello, which
What?
is one of the first ones. What? What?
Which also
What?
reminds me of Faulty Towers. I'd like to see the manager. What? What's his name? Anyway.
I don't get it.
Yeah, it's the one with the old lady who can't hear right, and she's.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, just an example of one of the jokes that kind of is smart but might be missed. There's twins in here called the Bechdel sisters, and all they do is talk about men. Oh, that man just looked at me. Oh, he talked about us. That kind of thing. Well, the Bechdel test is something that's known when you're reviewing a movie. It passes the Bechdel test if there are two named female characters in the movie who have a conversation in the movie about something other than men.
Ah. Okay, what do you rate it?
I give it a good solid 4. I thought it was pretty funny. And yes, I laughed out loud a lot.
I'm going to join you with a 4 as well because we had a lot of laugh out loud moments, even though it was not overly educated humor. We're talking about Fackham Hall, rated R on HBO Max. I haven't laughed this hard in a long time, and I'm glad that we took the time to watch it. Fackham is one word, Hall, rated R, HBO Max. It's online tonight. Stay tuned.
If you're an author interested in turning your works into audiobooks, Narrate Your Own Book is for you. Since 2005, David H. Lawrence XVII has taught 3,000 students the ins and outs of voiceover work, including narration of audiobooks. As an author, your curriculum includes more than the performance and recording aspects of narration. You also learn how to prepare your manuscript to become an audiobook and market it once it's finished. Visit narrateyourownbook.com for more information and a sample class. narrateyourownbook.com.
Some people won't give you the real talk on drugs, but it's time we know the facts. Fentanyl is often laced into illicit drugs and used to make fake versions of prescription pills. You can't see it, taste it, or smell it. Suppliers mix fentanyl into their products because it's potent and cheap, and the dealer might not even know. Keep yourself and others safe by knowing the real deal on fentanyl. Get the facts. Go to realdealonfentanyl.com. This message is brought to you by the Ad Council.
We call ourselves ASAP Travel for one reason. We can help you book a ticket ASAP. For those of you that don't know, that means as soon as possible. That means no wait time. You get through right away. No searching online. Our specialty is the lowest available fares on the big name airlines. You know them. We can't tell you their names. You can fly domestically or internationally and save more money than you could if you call the airlines directly. Our proprietary software goes underneath the hood of the major airline booking systems and finds you the best rates available. So if you're ready to make your travel plans right now, business or vacation travel, we have all the major airlines always at great rates. Call ASAP Trips and we'll have your ticket in your inbox in 15 minutes. Call this number now.
800-515-4035. 800-515-4035. 800-515-4035. That's 800-515-4035.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 in the morning, my phone rang. They said, "I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action." Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. I was doing school full-time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. What I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
You can't escape a traffic jam. Know what else you can't escape? Seasonal allergies. And you might think you can avoid that coffee stain until... Oh, really? You can't escape a lot of things in life, but you can escape prediabetes. Prediabetes captures 1 in 3 adults. There are usually no signs of prediabetes. In fact, most people don't even know they have it. But with early diagnosis, you can change the outcome and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. Take action by taking the 1-minute risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. You might not be able to escape having this song stuck in your head, but you can escape prediabetes. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org today. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention.
They are our cuddlers and coworkers, purr machines and love bugs, and constant companions. They are our pets, our family, and they make life so much better. When we face unexpected challenges in life, so do our pets. That's why we're on a mission to support people who love their pets and the pets who love their people, ensuring these families stay exactly where they belong, together. And you have something to offer. With an open heart and mind, there is nothing you can't do. There's no gesture too small or too big when it comes to helping. Whether donating a bag of kibble, sharing an Instagram post of a lost cat, or welcoming a foster pet into your home, every bit of kindness counts. You can help keep pets and people together. Visit petsandpeopletogether.org to learn how to be a helper in your community. This has been a public service announcement brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
Hey, bookmark this.
All right, this hour's bookmark this is MarchMadness.com. MarchMadness.com. NCAA men's basketball is heating up, and the championship games will begin later this week. This site will keep you up to date on the latest news and the schedules, as well as the official bracket. So get your March Madness on by visiting this website, MarchMadness.com. That is this hour's Bookmark This, brought to you by Paramount Plus. The amount of new content on Paramount Plus this month is almost criminal because they have a lot of crime shows from all kinds, every type. From British comedy, Can You Keep a Secret, to the thriller Little Disasters, to true crime, Wild Boys, Strangers in Town, and more. You can find out all about Paramount Plus by visiting our website, onlinetonight.com/stream, onlinetonight.com/STREAM.
Online Tonight.
Wondering what we did to deserve all this spam? This is Online Tonight. Now, here's Max.
All right, a little bit of entertainment news. The Oscars were there, and that was congratulations to all the winners if you care about any of that stuff. But what might be Oscar contenders later this year? That's what I'm interested in. Maybe the new Minecraft Live could be a contender. Doubt it, but it could be. They have announced the annual event, Minecraft Live, for 2026. It's not really a movie. It's more of a live stream. It's going to take place on March 21st at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, and it will be broadcast globally on the YouTube. The event will provide updates on the future of Minecraft. Developers are expected to share details about the upcoming version or update 26.1. The first major 2026 content drop, called Tiny Takeover, was previously revealed earlier this month. The live stream will also include developer interviews, behind the scenes, look at development. Additional announcements may include a potential release date for the next update and news about a sequel to the Minecraft movie. That's what I'm interested in. If you are a Buffy the Vampire Slayer fan, then you are excited about the news that Hulu might be rebooting it. They started development and discussions back in early 2025. Well, apparently, Sarah Michelle Gellar has confirmed that the reboot plans have been canceled by Hulu, or at least at Hulu. The show was expected to follow a new Slayer, and Gellar was going to be returning as Buffy Summers and was going to be an executive producer. The original series, by the way, was from 1997 to 2003, and it had some spin-offs like Angel. Hulu is considering maybe doing something else with the franchise in the future, but Buffy the Vampire Slayer as a series in its own is currently no more. And
Has been slayed.
Has been slayed. And I don't know if they have the option to shop it around, so I don't know. I like Robin Hood. I like the animated version of Robin Hood. I like Robin Hood Men in Tights from Mel Brooks. I even watched the old classic, I think it was even in black and white.
Errol Flynn.
Yeah. But the Disney version is very famous, and Disney has been doing some of these live action redos, like they did Aladdin, they did Jungle Book, they did Little Mermaid, they were going to do Tangled, they were going to do a bunch of other stuff. I don't know if they're still doing Tangled. I might have some more information on that in a moment. But they were going to do a live action version of Robin Hood, and they've decided that they're not going to do it. There's been talk for almost 5 years about this photorealistic musical.
You know what that means, photorealistic?
And it means animated.
Yeah. So it's one of those, quote, live action ones like Jungle Book and The Lion King, where there are no live animals or people in it.
Well, that's not true. I mean, Jungle Book had one actual real kid.
Right. But the rest of it was animated.
Sure.
That's
and are they going to have a fox? I mean, if they're going to have a fox, that has to be animated and so on and so forth. But
yeah,
maybe
we don't know
they'll
if they were going to use animals or people.
Well, I would hope they would throw in at least one person. It doesn't matter. They're not going to do it.
They're not doing it.
The animated one, by the way, came out in 1973. It had animals as the main characters. Made Marion and Robin Hood and Little John, and I think Little John was a bear, and Robin Hood was a fox. I think Maid Marian was also a fox. I'm not sure.
She was.
Disney is instead going to be focusing on live-action projects that include Tangled, Hercules, and Gaston, which was famous from Beauty and the Beast. He's actually a villain. He's really not a good guy. So if they make a Villain's Land someday, maybe at Disney World or something, I think Gaston should have his own space. Speaking of Tangled, Catherine Hahn, who you might know as the witch from
Agatha.
Agatha. Well, previously she was in the
WandaVision.
WandaVision. Yeah, she was the neighbor in WandaVision. Well, she's been cast apparently as Mother Gothel in the live-action adaptation of Tangled. Tegan Croft will play Rapunzel, and Milo will be
Yay, Milo.
Finn Rider. The original animated Tangled made over $590 million worldwide. The original film featured characters voiced by Mandy Moore, Zachary Levi, and Donna Murphy, who played the animated version of Mother Gothel. So if you're a fan of that, then that's what you have to look forward to. I would just rather watch the original, but that's me. I prefer the classics. I don't like the
I love
reviews.
Catherine Hahn, though.
Excuse me. Stand By Me. Very quickly, we'll celebrate its 40th anniversary with a one-week theatrical engagement beginning at the end of March on the 27th. It's based on Stephen King's novella, The Body. The 1986 film was directed by Rob Reiner. You know that it starred Will Wheaton, River Phoenix, Corey Feldman, Jerry O'Connell, and Kiefer Sutherland. They all starred in that. So it looks like you're going to be able to see some celebrations if you're a big Stand By Me fan. One of the best ways to celebrate is go and watch it on your streaming services. Don't forget, if you missed any portion of the show, you can head over to onlinetonight.com, look for episode number 2102, and you can get the podcast. You can listen to the archive audio right there on the website. You can look at the bookmark this and the show notes and all that stuff. And don't forget to check out our store, onlinetonight.com/store.
Online Tonight is produced and copyrighted by Smart Family Media. All rights reserved. Host Maxwell Smart. Producer and other hats worn by Victoria Smart. Views and opinions expressed are those of the host, guest, and callers, and are not necessarily those of the station, its management, affiliates, or other advertisers.